Hello.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. What's your first name? I just saw a title.
My name is Ari.
All right. So what's the disagreement, Ari?
I just have a question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
How old
wanted
are
to
you, by
turn
the way?
down my music.
How old are you, by the way?
I am 30,
Okay. Go ahead.
and so I just have a question for I just have seen you. I don't want to use the word ream, but I've seen you kind of like combat with women that actually do have good jobs. As a woman that's a laboratory equipment sales rep, I make good money, but like I would be nervous to come. I guess I'm just like, I don't know. I came up here because I'm just gonna like see what your thinking is. But I make good money, and honestly, I've seen you like in the past say like, well, just because you make good money, you don't look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not look good. People in the blogs kind of talk shit about you too, but um, you'll say like you don't look the part to have a man that is, you know, of that standard, right? And I get that, but even if so, you're saying also she doesn't make that much. I kind of can't. You make. I didn't expect to get up here.
It's okay.
So I just wanted to know, like, as a woman with established young lady, young professional, um, sometimes you'll say like you're still not equipped to have a man, but
I think you're mixing. You're mixing. I've tried to understand where you're going,
I
but you're
know I'm
mixing a
silly.
lot of different things together. This is why I always ask, what is the outcome that you want with a man?
The outcome is I'm 30 with no children,
Okay.
and my parents were married, so I have, and we lived like the Cosbys,
Okay.
right? So of course they are divorced now,
Hmm.
but I aspire to have a man that when we get together, we get married, we have children, the whole shebang. So I haven't had a child also because
So
I've
you want to
seen
be
my
married?
sister. Oh, you turned them off. Thank you. I've seen my sister struggle, right?
Okay.
And so
So
as
you
a
so you want to be married? You want to be married ultimately?
ultimately, yeah, for sure, I want to be married.
You want children?
If honestly, at my age, if he comes with children, I'm cool with that.
Or
I
do
don't
you
have
want
any
your own
children,
biological
but
children?
I do want children eventually
How,
myself. But
how
I
many?
one or two.
And when you say eventually, what does that mean?
Eventually means with a man that I feel like can lead me, a man that I feel like
But what
we will have an
age?
established future. I'm sorry.
But what age?
At what age?
What age would you eventually want to have children?
A lot of things can change in 365 days.
At what age would you want to eventually have children? I mean, I think that's a pretty basic.
31, 32 in the next year, two
Okay.
years.
Are you dating anybody seriously towards marriage?
No one that I would consider for marriage, no.
So the likelihood of having a child in
I know it's
marriage.
slim. However, I just got out of a 4-year relationship.
Okay. So how long have you been watching my platform?
I've been watching your platform for about 4 months
Hmm.
or
Well,
so. I think
well,
you were like big in the tabloids when you were like being, I think they were talking about you a lot. And so that's when I came to know
but
about the,
that's what the tabloids do. The tabloids don't show your humanitarian efforts. They do what they do.
that
If you
is true.
watch me 4 months, then you cannot tell me you've just seen me being
I
rude.
went on your YouTube. I've
Well, if you've gone to my YouTube and you've
yeah.
been on there consistently, I would say that if you're trying to say that that's all you see, then you're not watching.
That's what I will say is
But let me
some
get
of the things that you do say reminds me of my father.
okay. But back to you. You were saying
Hmm.
something. You're back to you saying I'm an established woman
Hmm.
and saying that you can't get this. As
No,
far
I
as
didn't say I can't get.
no. That's what you were saying. That I tell women this.
Yes, that you tell what.
Yeah, that your
Well,
money doesn't matter to a man like you think it does.
that's not what I was saying.
Okay.
You were saying as an esthetician, women. I have a lot of friends that have actually moved from my hometown to
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta to different LA
Mm-hmm.
estheticians making makeup artists
Mm-hmm.
making good money.
It doesn't matter, man. That can
What I'm saying is, you said that.
hold on. Anecdotal doesn't change. See, just because you know some that make good money doesn't change the numbers. I can
True.
show you some of anything.
That's
I
true.
know lots of black men who are millionaires and making six figures or more. Doesn't change the fact that the average black man makes $42,500. Doesn't
True.
change that fact. I deal with facts, figures, statistics, reality. And I asked women, what do you want? And you said one day you would like to be married,
Hmm.
and you said you'd like to have children. Okay, but in order to have that happen, we all have to date with intention.
That is true.
All right. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant? When you're married, do you want to have to go to work?
I really truly enjoy what I do.
I
I
get it.
save lives.
But do you want to
So
have to go to work?
have to and wanting to is two different things.
I
I
know.
guess I don't want to have to,
All
for
right.
sure, to answer your
All right.
question.
So if you were married and you had two kids, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to be honest with you, I haven't considered that question to give you a solid answer.
Well, if you don't get married and you don't have children, what
Hmm.
percentage of the overall what percentage of your overall
Obviously, 100%. I'll be paying
right?
for 100%, right?
So if there was a man, a husband, and you had two children, what percentage would you want to be responsible for?
I'd say 30%, 20%, 30%, 25.
Okay. That's a big gap. 20 and 30 is big. If you're a
It
salesperson, you
is.
know a
It is.
closing ratio of 20% to 30% is a 50% increase.
Hmm.
So already what I'm showing is many women will say they want something,
Hmm.
but then when you get down to the details, it gets vague. How can you reach a sales goal if you're just shooting shit without a plan? You got to have a
That is true.
plan.
Hmm.
So, and if you want to be able to pay 20 to 30% of the overall family financial load, that means if you stopped working, the family would not be at great risk. Okay,
True.
then how much is a man going to need to make to cover a wife, two children, him, to provide in the middle class, upper middle class lifestyle? How much is he going to
At,
need for
at
two
least
kids and a wife?
200,000, and that's
200?
comfortable. That's not even.
200? What city did you say you live in?
I live in North Carolina.
Okay,
I'm not going to tell you the city.
doesn't matter.
You got 50.
200 is right. 200 is pretty low.
It is.
Okay. I would
I come
say,
in from an established family, so
well, so,
that's the thing. I have.
okay. So it's fair to say, okay, so to have two kids and a wife that doesn't work and to be able to afford to have cars for the 16-year-olds,
But
college and,
I don't. My thing is, I want to work.
okay,
Maybe I'm a bit too
you
independent, or
want
maybe
to
I'm a
work,
very.
but okay, you want to work. But less
Hmm.
than 3 minutes ago, you also said you don't want to have to be responsible for more than 20 to 30%. Doesn't matter whether you want to work or not. What
Hmm.
matters is once you become a wife and a mother, you don't want the overall financial pressure to be on you like you were a single woman.
For sure.
So those are two different things. So you can be as independent as you want as a single woman. When you get married, you want the pressure to be on him.
Correct.
All right, then how much money is he going to need to keep the family on track to where you can live a middle class lifestyle, to where the kids can go to college, to where you can travel to more than Disneyland?
You're right.
That's more than $200,000 a year.
It is.
It's about 300, honestly, about 280. Do you
It
want to
is.
marry a black man or do you care what race he is?
I really don't mind.
Okay. Well, the higher up we go in the socioeconomic chart, the more race loyal men become.
I agree. In my
So,
college classes, there was no black young men.
okay, well,
I'm just saying. I mean, I know you're running the conversation. I hate to
I'm
interject,
just, I
but I
mean,
mean, it's just statistics. They're not. I mean, black women are really. When we look at the statistics as well as
college
black
isn't an
men,
indicator. Okay,
college isn't.
college.
But
Hold on. You're taking a conversation somewhere where 72% of the millionaires in this country don't have college degrees.
true.
So college, you're the most college enrolled with the most college debt, but you're still not.
This reflects a common mindset among modern women. Many hold degrees and perceive themselves as superior to men who lack higher education. While it's true that women outnumber men in college enrollment, the degrees they pursue often useless. As a result, they may find themselves earning less than men. Despite their useless education and student debt, some modern women regard themselves as superior to men lacking college degrees, such as plumbers or construction workers, who can earn six-figure incomes with no debt.
Anyway, the point is $250,000, $280,000. The average black man earns $42,500. The average white man in this country earns $50,000. What would
Where are you getting your statistics from?
the Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics, the CDC, the Department of Health and Services, they're out there.
And that's based on census, right?
Yes. The median income.
You already showed nobody did their census when they required census last year, right? I'm not trying to debunk.
Okay, well, let's move on. We got the data. We got the data we have. Just because we have some, just because nobody, we're on 2020 data doesn't change the fact that we have what we have. The reality is this: what percentage of men in this country earn over $280,000 a year?
You're right.
What percentage, though?
I would say, I mean, closer to, if we, 15%.
3.
That's me being generous.
3.
I mean, I understand that.
3.
Everybody's
3, ma'am.
You gotta have some work.
Ma'am. This is important. 3%. 3% of men earn that kind of money. 1, 2, 3. Now here's the $64,000 question. You ready? What do the men who earn that kind of money want from a woman or a wife?
Stability. They want to make sure when they come home, dinner's on the table. They're taking care of everything. They want to make sure they clothes is washed, but that should be a given.
Remember, one thing most men want from women is cooperation. But the higher up you go, the more standards they have.
Stability.
Stability. But how tall are you?
I am a stallion. I'm 5'10".
Dress size?
Huh?
Dress size?
I'm a 14.
Okay.
You and all your little...
Yeah, I do the same. Do you not? You get the same thing everybody else
it's
gets.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So at 5'10", hold on. 5'10".
Don't try me, Kevin.
Oh no, see, don't tell me what not to do. I've been nothing but hold on. Don't you do that.
I was respectful.
Don't you do that. Don't tell me what not to do on my show. I've been polite to you. But it's not my fault that you 5'10" and weigh more than a man at your height.
Before we continue with the remainder of the video, I'd like to interject briefly. I highly recommend checking out his videos on YouTube. He has a plethora of content on this platform, and I believe you can gain a lot by watching his videos. He has made significant contributions to the black community and humanity as a whole. He has done an incredible job, and I think he deserves all the recognition he continues to receive. Now, regarding the topic at hand, I want to address women. It appears that many women are not equipped to handle criticism effectively. When someone tells you that you're overweight, it's not an attack but rather a suggestion for improvement. Men often seek women who are fit and in shape. Therefore, consider taking steps to achieve the kind of results you desire in your interactions with men. Criticism, though sometimes uncomfortable to hear, is often intended to benefit you and lead to positive outcomes. It's important to be open to feedback and understand that it can contribute to your personal growth and success, rather than viewing it as offensive.
I mean, but as a 5 foot, I can see
5'10", and listen, ma'am, 5'10", and I don't care how you carry it or not. The higher up you go, the more you're not competing with that man. You're competing with the women that are around that man making $250,000 plus. He has options, and most men don't want women that weigh more than them.
Who says I weighed more than him?
You weigh more than a man at your height.
Who? Who said that? I didn't give you. I gave you my dress size.
I'm an image consultant, dear. I know how much you approximately weigh. We can play games all you want to.
How much do I approximately weigh?
You weigh too much. You weigh more than 5'10". You should be about 150 pounds, and you lost that back in 9th grade.
When I was 150 pounds, which was in 2016, when I turned vegan, I looked like a crackhead.
Whatever.
Okay.
So the bottom line is the kind of men that earn the kind of money, the kind of men that earn the kind of money you're talking about have options. And they don't want sassy, professional, independent women. They want a different kind and caliber woman, and they have the leverage and the latitude and the time to wait. So, so it don't matter what your standards are. It matters what the men's standards are. You ladies control access to sex and who gets born. The men control who gets married. So what you often hear me tell women is your income does not matter to the
The
kind
only
of
reason
men
why
you
I came
want.
up, can I interject?
Go ahead.
Do you mind? The only reason why I came up is because you were speaking in regards to estheticians, and the fact that she or whoever it was, I came in third party, so I didn't watch the whole live. But you said that she still didn't make a certain amount of money to obviously attain the man of that status, right?
Nope. That's not why I
Okay.
said it. I said she didn't make enough money. I asked her if she got about $2.9 million to retire. I didn't ask her anything about me.
Oh, okay. So my apologies. See, that's what I said. I came in and I said that
I
from the
asked about
beginning.
retirement.
Okay, my apologies.
So my see, the thing is, many women often put more thought into the kind of lifestyle they want, what they will and will not accept from a man, but you put about that much thought into what you bring to the table and what that man wants.
Not true. Reason being,
I said many women. I didn't say you.
Oh, okay. You said you just now, so I
Well,
assume you were speaking in regards to me.
okay, okay. Let's start with what men consistently say they want: fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. You cannot say you are fit at a size 14. So that disqualifies so many women in our community right there. And it's the one thing that we can control. It can be controlled more than looks.
That's also what I agree with you on, though.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ask me what I agree. I said, you remind me of my dad, and I began to speak on that. You said I was changing paces. I agree with you because you can't expect to be, overweight, sloppy, whatever you want to explain it, however you say, and expect a man to, and that's exactly what things my father tells me: stay healthy, take care of yourself, things of that nature. So I was brought up on that, and like I said, I just was vegan, just lost weight, COVID, being in the house. I'm not gonna lie, I gained some weight, but it's you'll see me in the gym if you follow me. You'll see me working out. You'll see me. You get what I'm saying? So that's not
I
on
don't.
the present. What you're
I
dealing
don't. I
with right
don't.
now,
I
you're
don't. I don't
assuming.
get what you're saying, because if you're saying that's the way you were brought up, then how we get to the point to where you got to be in the gym to lose weight?
Because people have health problems. Women have children.
You don't. No, no,
Women
no. I
have,
said
not
you. Okay,
necessarily
no,
for
no
myself.
disrespect. Hold on, man. We're not talking about all women. We're talking about you saying you.
Me,
I know the
COVID.
percent.
I was in the
Hold
house
on. The
ordering
percentage of
stuff
women who
up.
actually have grave disease, thyroid issues, less than 6%. So this thyroid stuff, this is a lack of discipline.
That
And I
is
would
true.
tell you that men believe that women show the men of any group what they think the men deserve by their attitude and their fitness level. What is the average woman in our community walking around telling the men that they deserve by their fitness level and their attitude? Not much. So when women come over here and get a dose of reality to say the things that you want for a man, you want, most women say they want to be married with 2 to 3 kids. Most women don't
I
want to
never
have
said
to
I
work.
wanted to be married.
I
Eventually,
said most women come over here and say they want to be married. Most women want 2 to 3 kids. Most women don't want to have to work to pay significant bills. And most women are average, yet they want above average lifestyles. And then most women who earn over $75,000, $80,000 a year still want men who are making what they make and more, and they still may not be average. You have to look the part first for these guys. Men judge women based upon the visuals, then we get to the other stuff.
that
If
is true.
not, you would see women with millions marrying men on their level. They don't. Look at who these women marry. Look at women who you know got paper. Do they marry their peers?
That's what I was just saying to you. Just kind of agreed with me a little bit.
So the point is, when you say I tell women what they can and cannot have, you're blending a lot of things together. The problem is, just like men pretty much know the kind of women they qualify for. We know it, and women today really are outside of their scope. They want men that they don't qualify for.
They want men that they're not qualified for.
Right.
So
Wait a
you would
minute. Hold on. Let me
say,
ask you a question. So do you not think that there are some women who are up here who think that men aren't on her level?
I'm sorry, can you repeat
Are there
that?
some men that are not on your level that don't qualify for you?
True. Yes.
Okay, so the opposite is also true then, right? There's some men that you don't qualify for. Yes or no? Yes?
Yes, true.
Kevin is discussing what I believe to be a common trait among women, and it's something worth considering as you watch this video. Women often seek partners whom they perceive as superior to them in various aspects. For instance, even if a woman realistically rates herself as a 3, she may still desire a man who is an 8 or a 10. Some women may feel that marrying someone at their level would mean settling for less. This inclination appears to be inherent and not easily changed. Take a moment to observe any couple in terms of income, height, strength, intelligence. It's common for women to seek men whom they believe will elevate their lives. If a man isn't positively contributing to her life, she may choose to move on. However, some women may take this desire for a higher standard to an extreme, leading to what some may call delusion. Nevertheless, it seems to be a natural aspect of female behavior. Additionally, it's common for other women to support and encourage this mindset, often saying things like, "You deserve it, queen." This trend appears to be increasing. I'm simply sharing my observations, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section. Let's continue the discussion.
All right, then what did I say that was wrong? There are women who
Well,
want
when
men
you
they
say
don't qualify.
like, does it require, when you say man of a certain status, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it require, you say my money doesn't necessarily matter, but your main focus in regards to men, and I'm not being combative, I actually do agree with a lot with what you're saying. Some women may feel like it's negative, and sometimes.
So what do you ask me about men of a certain status?
Can I just?
Well, I gotta get more
I
people.
understand. Sometimes hearing that though is not a good thing to take. So
It
staying
is a good
healthy,
thing to say.
taking
It's
care
the
of
truth is
yourself, going
always
back
good
to
to say.
school,
The truth
and
is
doing a
always good
great
to say.
job.
The
But
truth
once
is
you've
always
done all
good to
that,
say. The truth
you
is
still said
always good to
there's
say.
what, 3%?
The truth is always good to say. Telling women that they can have it all when they can't is a lie. It's not good to lie to women. That's why we have so many single, unmarried, depressed women, because you've been told you can have it all and you can't. Life is about choices and trade-offs. I don't know why this group of women think just because you have a smartphone and the internet that the rules of the world cease for you.
I agree.
Life is about choices and trade-offs. If you're an average looking, average built woman, you're likely going to get an average man unless you get with one early on and you build up.
So I'm overweight and average is what you're saying.
We're talking about most women. You may
No, I'm
ask
talking
about you.
about me now.
Well, for you, you know you're overweight.
Mm-hmm.
But you also said
saying,
you don't
that's
want,
just
but you
one
do.
thing.
What do you want from what do you want from a man? If you want to be married and you want to have children and you don't want to have to work to pay significant bills and want a man earning a certain amount of money to provide a certain kind of lifestyle, then yes, you're outside of that range based upon your age, your weight. Why is that such a why would a man who has the kind of resources you have choose to skip the 25-year-old dress size 4?
Mm-hmm.
Or why would he not choose to get the younger, fitter version of you? That's what you would do if you had his choices. You'd make that same choice. You'd go for the best you could get. Tell me you wouldn't go for the best you could get.
Sometimes personality, and I know you like to say,
there we go.
Let me just say
there's
something.
The BS.
Wait, let me just say, I work. In my field and what I do for a living, I'm around these type of guys that you're speaking of. However, they're white. You get what I'm saying?
I spent 20 years in corporate sales. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so I get what you mean. I get exactly what you mean. And then when you factor in that he's black, I get what you mean. It's slim pickings. But
What's your point? You're around these guys, so that means what?
I'm showing them off. What I'm saying is I have no issues. Me being a size 14.
Well, let me tell you. Let me let you understand how we judge over here. We judge based on weddings. We don't judge in dating, dealing, hooking up, hanging out with. You can be
I've
around.
been engaged twice
We don't
and
judge in
called
that
it
too.
off.
I'm sorry. No
I could
disrespect.
have
Hold
been
on.
there.
Stop. Remember when I said the black women are the engagement queens? We don't count engagements. We count weddings.
Right. I get
So
it.
being engaged means nothing. If a man doesn't drop to one knee in public and present a ring of significant heritage and propose to you, it don't matter. And if you don't carry your ass down the aisle and get the certificate, it's nothing.
But
Women
then
can hold
what if
on,
you're in a
man. I
marriage
want to be
that you don't want
clear.
to
I
be
want to
in?
be clear. Women often mistake the fact that they can deal with high value men as you can get one. That is not the same. High value men are men. They will smash a woman they were married. They'll smash that chick that's passed out behind the garbage can. They'll do both. They're men.
This is a big problem nowadays. With hookup culture, it's simple for even average or below average women to hang out with attractive high-value men. Lots of women then believe they're on that same level and can get any guy at that level to marry them. They won't settle for a guy on their own level anymore. But those attractive men just want to hook up. They don't want to commit to a woman who's not on their level. That's something modern women don't get.
When you say smash, sir, I think you're assuming that women just give it up. I've been
I
celibate
don't
for
give.
2
Don't get.
years.
I'm not gonna get down hung in the weeds.
What
You
I'm
know,
saying,
I don't care,
I
ma'am.
think you're assuming
Bottom
though.
line is this. This is where it starts getting out. Bottom line, you ask me a question. You can be around these men. It doesn't matter. Be around them. You don't. Their wives aren't your. Are they your height and your weight and your age when they are that at that level? No.
My height, my weight, and my
Now, do
age.
you see men? Do you see men at the level you're talking about choosing to go out and pick women who are
Mm-hmm.
in their mid-30s who weighs more than the man? No, they
I'm not in my
don't.
mid-30s and I don't
Well,
weigh more
what
than a
the
man.
point is thank you. This is what women get upset with. The truth, the reality is this. You guys have choices. And if you want a man at a higher level, you're going to have to meet his
I guess what
standard.
I got what I signed up for. I pressed the button, so
What do you mean you got
go
what you
ahead.
signed up for?
Excuse me.
But what you said, but
Because
what you
I feel
said,
like
but
you're being
what
a bit combative.
No, this is,
And
and the
you,
funny thing is, now here comes the sign language, gentlemen. When they start losing on the argument, here comes the shame, insults, guilt that need to be right. You came in here already, ma'am, with a not in good faith saying that I did something that I don't do off the rip.
I
So
did.
I think I've been more than reasonable with you. I've allowed you to set your phone up. I've let you speak uninterrupted, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
let you just put this narrative on me. You can choose
Yeah.
to accept what I say or don't say, and if you get what you want and it works out for you, all the better. But bottom line is, most women today want
Mm-hmm.
something that they don't qualify for. If it were men doing that, they would call them delusional. What do we
Can
tell
I
women
ask you a
that? Living
question?
their best life, manifesting.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why are we at a disadvantage? Why is black
Who's we?
women
Black women?
we um, I'm Caribbean, but why
Okay.
as black women are we at a disadvantage? I mean,
In what regard?
um,
When it comes to marriage?
you said statistics show most
Okay, but
like
in what
single women
regard? In what
30
regard,
and
man? I
30.
gotta have some fun. You know, disadvantage can mean anything. What do you mean?
Why are we at a disadvantage in regards to meeting a man at your standards or at the standards that we,
Because
don't
you
have
don't
to
give them
work?
what they want.
I'm sorry.
Because you don't give them what they want.
And what is it that men want?
I've already okay.
I'm
Fit,
trying to learn. I'm being
fit.
honest. I'm
Okay,
not being
okay.
facetious. I'm
I
really
had
trying
a
to
show
understand.
the other day, and a black woman got mad at me that I had this show because the whole trope is that when black men reach a certain level, they go with white women.
Hmm.
That's what the popular trope is. So when I had white women on the show that day telling how they get black men like Kim Kardashian, black women got mad. Or that black woman got mad. Here's what men want across the board: cooperation. The higher up you go, fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. That's the starting point. 80% of our women fail off the rip because they don't have the fitness. 5'4", dress size 420 pounds.
Okay. If I was 100, If I was 120 pounds, I would look sick.
I said 5'4". You're 5 foot. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Okay,
What I'm
so
saying
you
is
go up to
those
140.
standards don't
My
match
my
anymore.
mother was 5'9" in the model, and she was 145. So I know what I'm talking about. I want you to go back to your family album. And I want you to show me a bunch of women that were 300 pounds. Go back to your
I'm not
family.
300 pounds. Are
That's
you
not the
kidding me,
point,
sir?
ma'am. That's not the point. The point is, you ladies are too large.
Notice how she's wearing that thing. I'm not quite sure what it's called. So she's aware of her weight problem, that is why she is wearing it. The fact that she's wearing it indicates that she recognizes she is fat and she is not happy with her body. It's really interesting why women would acknowledge the issue yet take offense when someone points it out. It's as if they're aware of the problem, yet when it's mentioned, they perceive it as an insult. It's a puzzling contradiction. So when someone addresses it, why react defensively? Why don't accept the problem and improve? Let's keep the discussion going.
I
I don't care.
am
Pam Grier, you like it or not, you're too large. Just because we like where the fat lands doesn't mean that you're good. Show me in your family album a bunch of 200 plus pound women. Show me your grandmother, your great grandmother. They weren't your height and weight. You are not supposed to be larger way more than the male of the species. Just because we like what, if you got to put that shit in and cinch it all in, that's to tell you something.
I waist train.
You shouldn't have to train your waist. That shit should be trained already. Your collarbone should be showing. You should not have bye-bye arms. I mean, you shouldn't weigh more than a man at your height, man. Stop it. This is just a male-female thing.
This is not hurting my feelings.
It
so
shouldn't, because it's the truth. And the thing is,
I don't
black men,
understand.
how long, do you have any brothers?
My twin passed.
Sorry to hear that. But if you've ever been around men, black men will continue to tell you, we want our women to be more fit and wear their own hair, less makeup, and be nice. They ain't asking for a lot.
I don't have no makeup on besides eyebrows and like a little bit of concealer. Other than that,
You ask why you're coming up short, and I keep telling you. And
I didn't ask why you're coming up short.
oh,
I
you
said,
asked why you're
why
at a
do you think women
disadvantage.
are at a disadvantage?
Well,
And I hate to sound like I'm being like argumentative with you, but okay, we're harping on the negative, right? And I'm such a positive person, so I keep
But
smiling.
then, man, hold on, stop. That's bullshit. See, you're gonna ask me why you're at a disadvantage. You want me to frame it as a positive?
No, not at all. I don't want to keep harping on, videos that I've watched of you.
Videos you've chosen to watch of me, you've chosen to focus on the negative. That's your choice.
I didn't focus on the negative. I actually took some of what you're saying and put it into
so what's the point, ma'am? I have ultimately what a person chooses to walk away with from my content. What you focus on, consume. What you focus on grows. If people come in and hold on. Ask the women who already are making videos talk about, I'm the reason. Kevin Samuels is the reason I'm married. Kevin Samuels is the reason I'm engaged. Kevin Samuels saved my marriage. Kevin Samuels saved my family. They're all of them over there.
I've watched those as well.
Okay, then show me somebody who's helping black women more than me, who especially in this relationship sector. I've got more couples together, and I'm not a matchmaker or relationship guru together. So why do I have to fix everything? That's my question. Why do I have to be the one-stop shop to fix everything and say it the way everybody wants to? For free.
Y'all are being so rude in my comments.
But turn the shits off.
No, they're like commenting on like some of my pictures.
Turn it off. Why you? Okay, this is my point. Ultimately, here's what it comes down to: freedom.
True.
Black people are free. Women wanted to be free. You're free. And if you are not, as a market, if you have a product that this market is not buying, do you get mad at the market, or do you come up with a better sales pitch or a better product?
Better product, better sales pitch.
Then that's what you ladies need to do. Have a good evening.
You too.
Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around till the end of today's video. I want to give a shout out to the Godfather, may he rest in peace. His legacy will live on forever. You know, he's got a ton of videos out there, and they're not only entertaining but also super educational. If you're not watching his content, you're missing out big time. I think the conversation in this video ended on a good note. The way he handled things was masterful. Whenever things got heated, he knew just how to bring it back down and keep the conversation flowing smoothly. Now, let's talk about what he said. Most guys watching this video, myself included, can agree with him. Across the globe, men generally prefer women who are in good shape, feminine, friendly, and cooperative, especially those with money. It's just the way it is. Unfortunately, some Western or American women think it's all about what they want and expect men to accept them as they are. But the reality is, those high-quality men have plenty of options, and they're going to choose the best they can get. And let's be real, being overweight isn't the best. Men aren't asking for much. They want faith, friendliness, cooperation, and submissiveness. These qualities aren't hard to achieve, they're within reach. But it's sad to see that some women struggle to embody them. So, let's wrap things up. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, peace out.